Hola, bienvenido al Dakar. Gracias, Perú.
Welcome to our roundup of a thrilling Dakar 2019. Stunningly located by the Pacific Ocean, the Peruvian capital Lima has so much to offer at night. Did you know Dakar star Stefan Peter Hansel used to be the skateboard champion of France? He'd have loved that. Peru is the gastronomic capital of the Americas, and with the Dakar over, hopefully the competitors have enough energy left to make the most of it. Lima, the start and end point of the tremendous event. Over the next half hour, you'll find out how the champions led their rivals a merry dance. Joy, relief and tears. All the emotions were present at the concluding podium in Lima, an achievement to get this far for champions and adventurers.
I believe it's hugely satisfying for our Peruvian friends. They've invested a lot in this Dakar 2019. They're very satisfied with the international exposure. It was the first time that we'd organised a Dakar in just one country in a shorter 10-day format. It was new for us, new for the competitors. It was a demanding Dakar, extremely intense. And you'll see that once again experience paid off. The best were competitors of experience, and they're on the top steps of the podium in all categories. So let's have a look at how the action unfolded in the bikes. Defending champion Matthias Walkner making a solid start, winning the first long special on day 2.
It's always good to have a stage win, but yeah, it's more long days coming.
Joan Barreda had the overall lead after 2 stages, but he was forced to throw in the towel after getting his bike stuck down a ravine. I just couldn't get out. I tried to go lower to find a way out, but that was even worse. Stage 3 throwing up some of the best images of the rally, a spectacular spin down the Pacific coast. Victory on the day going to Xavier de Sultre, his very first on the Dakar. They told me I'd won the stage, which is fantastic, and I managed to spare the bike. Pablo Quintanilla moving into the overall lead after Barreda's retirement. But there was a change at the top on day 4, the first part of the marathon stage. Honda's Ricky Brabec winning the stage to go 2 minutes clear of Quintanilla.
It kind of helps me because tomorrow I can kind of just hang back and have the stage under my control.
A spectacular mass start on the beach to kick off stage 5. But it would turn out to be the end of the line for Honda veteran Paulo Gonçalves.
Yeah.
Sam Sunderland stopped to help and ended up winning the stage by mistake.
I didn't have any reference to where the guys was, so I just had to push and hope, you know, and unfortunately I won the stage, it's strange to say.
As he predicted, Sunderland struggled in the treacherous Tanaka Dunes on stage 6. The 2017 winner began well, but suffered a rear brake problem and ended up losing at 23 minutes. Meanwhile, leading rookie Lorenzo Santolino of Sherco crashed out. Yet another change at the top as Quintanilla won the stage to move back ahead of Brabec.
I had to push because this stage is really important for the overall of the race.
Meanwhile, Toby Price struggling with injury.
Yeah, I don't think I can keep the pace with the guys at the front with the amount of pain that's in the wrist.
But despite surgery just weeks before the rally, the Aussie kept hold of third place on stage 7. The victory going to his teammate Sunderland, who got himself back into contention overall. Brabec coming third and going over 7 minutes clear at the top of the standings, but disaster would strike for the American the following day. For the second year running, his rally ended by engine failure.
This was our year. We had it in our hands for the whole rally.
Honda's loss was KTM's gain as Faulkner won stage 8. And Price gritted his teeth to become the new overall leader.
He can't go more, so it's the wrist is on fire now.
There were precious few chances to gain time on stage 9 after another mass start, and a distraught Adrian van Beveren suffered the same fate as Brabec. They say that in life the wheel turns, but it never seems to turn the right way for me. So on to the 10th and final stage. Quintanilla with just a minute to make up on Price, so he went for it with disastrous consequences. The Chilean was able to continue, but he lost his spot on the podium. Price stopping to check in on Quintanilla. A stunning display of grit and determination from the Australian as he went on to claim a second Dakar title, even grabbing the stage 10 victory for good measure.
I'm over the moon. I'm so damn stoked, and it's been a long 10 days, and now I just wait and see what damage I've done to the wrist.
The Aussie animal doing it again and securing an incredible 18th consecutive victory for KTM in the bikes. The Austrian Giants even completed a 1-2-3 with Quintanilla dropping to 4th place after his crash. His Husqvarna teammate Andrew Short rounding out the top 5. Xavier de Sultre claiming his best ever result in 6th, while the up-and-coming Nacho Cornejo was the highest ranked of the Hondas in 7th. The top rookie this year was Ross Branch, the airline pilot from Botswana, in 13th overall. Edwin Strava of the Netherlands conquered the grueling original by Motul class. Malaya Sanz continued her perfect Dakar record, 9 finishes out of 9 for the Spaniard, once again the top woman and 11th overall. Nicolás Cavigliasso won a whopping 9 out of 10 stages as he secured a crushing victory in the quads. The Argentine even celebrated by popping the question, after all, who can resist a Dakar champion?
Defending champion Carlos Sainz's challenge was over as early as stage 3. The Spaniard suffered a broken left wheel on his Mini. There was a danger that wasn't signalled. The good path was on the right, and I hit the danger. That's rallying for you. Toyota's Janil de Villiers led after stage 2, but on stage 3 the South African came to a standstill. The time lost climbed to over 4.5 hours. After Sainz, the 2009 champion, another major pre-race contender, now with no chance of victory. Jakob Brzezinski is a youngster who likes to compete with the Dakar legends. Gearbox problems on stage 6 ended the pole's outside hopes of a podium finish. Stefan Peter Hansel admitted he made too many mistakes in the first week of the Dakar as he chased an 8th win in the cars. Nevertheless, the Stage 3 victor was within striking distance of overall leader Nasser Al-Attiyah heading into Stage 8. 24 minutes lost put him out of the top 3. We were stuck for the first time between 8 and 10 minutes, then the next time for a good 10 minutes again. Peter Hansel's race ended on the penultimate stage, only 26 kilometers in. His co-driver David Castera had to be taken to hospital in the Peruvian capital Lima, suffering with a back injury. This the first Dakar Peter Hansel and Castera had done together. I think that above all, David had his nose in the road book, and that's often the case. He didn't have time to contract his body, the impact was violent. Sebastian Loeb was consistently the quickest driver when trouble-free, but the rally legend ran into more than his fair share of problems. We had to change the wheel 3 times, and on the last puncture we had to put a tyre back on that was already punctured. Competing as a private entrant in a Peugeot for PH Sport, Loeb scooped 4 stage wins and was on for a 5th until transmission issues on stage 9. We never managed to get to the end. I'm not going to say never is never, but there you go. I've really had enough of all of this. Now, he wasn't fancied to be the best of the minis, but Nani Roma was remarkably consistent throughout the event to finish second. The 2014 champion ended in the top 5 of every stage, barring the short opener and closer. Outstanding from the Spaniard. Al-Attiyah came to Peru to win, and that's what he managed. The Qatari running a near flawless race. Peter Hansel initially looked like he'd be able to provide an epic duel in the dunes. 3 stage victories for Al-Attiyah so at home in the sand, and he led after every stage apart from the second. Any mishaps were only minor. Al-Attiyah in absolute control. A historic first Dakar title for Toyota. Al-Attiyah's third with 3 different constructors, following 2011 with Volkswagen and 2015 with Mini. On the last stage, teammate Janil de Villiers guided him home. Al-Attiyah with an overall winning margin of more than 45 minutes. Victory a perfect 43rd birthday present to co-driver Mathieu Baumel.
I am happy, for Toyota because it's the first time in the history of Toyota winning Dakar,
Al-Attiyah, a worthy 2019 champion. He didn't put a wheel wrong. Al-Attiyah's final winning margin 46 minutes and 42 seconds. Loeb 1 hour and 54, back from the champion, his second podium after a second 2 years ago. Martin Prokop scored the Czech Republic's best ever finish, 6th for the Ford driver.